courts and the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Stevens in at the small forward. And for the Nuggets, the 4 and the 5, it's Gordon and Jokic. Porter is out there with Murray. And it's Watson in at the 3. And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Stephens. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. About a minute played so far here in the first. Murray finds Watson. Back to Murray. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist.
And inside Murray's attacking mentality pays off. He just works hard to find his own shot.
Pass to Edey. Porter with the steal. Murray against Morant. Jokic with his screen on Bain. Here's Watson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Denver shooting their first free throws of the game. And the Denver Nuggets, led by multi-time MVP Nikola Jokic. And they've done a tremendous job surrounding him with the right kind of people.
They certainly have, Kevin. But one caveat here. You can surround Nikola Jokic with any player, Kevin, and he will figure out their strengths and get them the ball where they need to have it. This guy makes everyone better.
So you think we're not giving enough attention maybe to what he thinks upstairs, how he sees the game?
He sees the game, Kevin, as well as anyone who's ever played it, and he directs traffic out there. He is a true point center.
Grant out of the rafters, he punched it in!
Are you kidding me?
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim. Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Nailed from three-point land.
Something that Morant continues to work on. When he's hitting from deep, he is basically unguardable.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, "My potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say what I had, I gave it my all, that's all that success should be defined by." Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work he's put in.
Thanks, D.A. He is a worker and living the dream. And Morant throws it down.
This is how athletic Morant is, a point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
And Watson has it in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Watson's got 8 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter steal, but not who you want to leave open.
Misses the 3.
It's close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
You know, Coach, guys who are really productive, like Jamal Murray, often have turnover issues. But you know what? He really doesn't struggle with that.
No, he doesn't, and that's one of the great things about him, Kevin. He can be that aggressive but stay under control and take care of the ball. Always poised. Nothing seems to bother him.
That's an added quality that you don't see with a lot of guys who shoot and score as much as he does. Morant against Porter. Murray scanning the floor. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. And Jokic throws it down.
and they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Pass to Edie. Memphis moving that ball around. Bain with it, now guarded by Porter. 6 to shoot. Bain kicks to Jackson. And another miss by Memphis. Now here's Murray. Defense right on him. And it goes down 2 points. 10 points for him.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we'll be back with you shortly. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nuggets?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
So on the floor for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Edie out there with Jackson, and it's Stevens in at the 3 slot. Morant right side. Outside Jackson from deep. And it's Denver with the rebound. So stand the Grizzlies trio of John Morant, Desmond Bain, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
Morant's against Murray, and Peyton Watson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Now Bain, scoreless thus far. Just 5 on the clock. There's the triple. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic just got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Morant with the steal. Outside, Bain. Offensive rebound. Jackson kicks to Bain. And the 3 ball is good. Bain's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Murray outside. And it's Murray with the jam.
And this is who Murray is, a natural scorer who looks for ways to get himself going.
Now here's Morant for 3. And here's the break. Back to Watson. And Watson slams it in.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Bain sets the screen for Morant. Bain drives in. Makes it off the glass. Bain's got 5 points so far. Where there's a lot of emphasis on 3-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance. And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
Murray down low. 1:27 left in the first half. And it's Murray with the jam.
And going vertical. Murray's one of those guys with that sneaky athleticism.
Morant passes to Bain. No good on the triple. The Nuggets leading by 22. Gordon kicks to Murray. Gordon with a screen on Jackson. Bob pass to Gordon. Morant with the steal. And here we go. Morant heading to the hoop.
Out in the open court, few defenders can match up with Morant. He's too fast and skilled.
Murray outside. Over to the wing. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. That shot no good. The Grizzlies trail by 20. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Jackson, and he makes good on the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Murray outside. Crafty move. And the layup is up and in. Murray's got 6 here in this quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Nuggets ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
We've got Russell Westbrook. And it's Brown in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Dan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27-55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
Westbrook against Kennard. And the layup's good off the glass. Kennard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
A nice shot by Brown.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Clark, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Just 5 to shoot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Nuggets leading by 23. Here's Brown. Sharge just screen on Williams. Out to Sharge. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And yes, it's good. Westbrook's got 7 points in the game.
And this team encourages Westbrook to look to score inside. You can see why with these results.
Jackson, a screen on Westbrook. Outside Jackson. And he's good on the 3-ball.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Sharge just screen on Williams. Sharge outside. Pass to Brown. Takes it inside. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And Williams, here we go. And the basket is good. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Charge a screen on Williams. Here's Brown. He's got 5. And he slams it one-handed.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And that one's good by Clark.
Well, the efficiency is there, but not the volume. He needs to start doing this every trip down the floor to close the gap.
Here's Brown. Off target from three-point range.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
21st pick in the 2022 draft, Christian Brown, who won a title with Denver during his rookie year. And their coach, Michael Malone, used him in certain situations, and he flourished.
Well, you know, Kevin, he won a college championship the year before. This guy's played in a lot of high-pressure games, and that is what has given Michael Malone the confidence to go with him. He was ready for those moments.
Ready indeed. With the crossover, and he lays it up and in. Brown's got 9 points here in the second half.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Pass to Kennard. Clark sets a screen for Kennard. The Grizzlies with another miss. Denver's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
And Kennard wide open. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
He released it just.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guards. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Stevens in at the small forward. For 3, Murray. Good on the triple. Murray's got 19 points. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Tito Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando, was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness. Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Pass to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. Launches it. Traps in the tray. Gordon's got his first 3 points of the game.
And I feel like Jokic has 360-degree vision. I mean, no matter where the open man is, he's going to find him.
Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by Jokic. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. And again, Denver with the triple.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
No problems knocking that one down.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. And here is Murray. Gordon a screen. Shot clock at 6.
2 minutes remaining.
Murray kicks to Gordon. Over Jackson. They get it back. Kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Murray. Second shot opportunity. Here's Jokic. Outside runner. Rebounded by Jackson.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul.
Michael Porter Jr.
That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:37 left in the fourth. Morant with it. Watson's there. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line.
Second personal foul.
It's going to be on Jokic. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And another thing, the defense didn't clog the lanes. They took full advantage with their ability to attack the paint on a lot of those possessions. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stud. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Basket good.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nuggets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jamal Murray.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Here's Murray, and it's in there. Murray's got 30.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on.
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Now here's Murray. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Thanks so much, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. And it's Butler in at the 3. And for Denver, Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Michael Porter out there with Murray. And it's Watson in at the 3, the small forward. Grant, one thing these teams have in common, they are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
Murray passes to Jokic, and stolen by Green. Kuminga finds Curry. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Well, you give Curry a point-blank shot. That's just too easy.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Nuggets. 4-point game. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Curry. There's a screen by Kuminga. On the attack, Curry. Kuminga against Porter. Great D that time from Porter. Now here's Murray. Guarded closely. Pass to Jokic. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
Good quick decision from Jokic. Catch it, shoot it, bury it.
And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title. Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
Jokic, good.
The marriage of a big man and touch. There it was from Jokic.
Butler passes to Moody to halt the run. Outside for Butler. Sinks that one from the post.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
The drive by Jokic.
Jokic, is he? I think he's showing some emotion, Kevin.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach. I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. And it's Murray with the ball for the Nuggets. 3-point lead. Jokic with a screen on Curry. Murray passes to Jokic. Back to Murray. Outside for Porter. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And Porter's height and length around the basket is going to help him create opportunities to score.
2 minutes remaining.
Curry passes to Kuminga. Basket counts.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
The Nuggets lead by 3. Here's Murray. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And there's a feeling sometimes, even at 6'3", when Murray gets to the interior, he plays a bit bigger.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Now here's Murray. Here's the floater. Here's Jokic, driving to the basket, and the dunk by Jokic.
Good work on the drive, Jokic, an opportunistic offensive player.
Outside Curry, Green, a screen from deep. Gordon pulls it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Watson. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 5th assist in this one. Warriors trail by 6. Green finds Kuminga. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Curry. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Kuminga.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing. Scratching your head to that turnover.
There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
And appreciation for Jamal Murray and his athleticism getting all the way up there.
Butler taking his time here. And it's Butler with the jam.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding and rising up off the ground.
Here's Murray. Nice move. Oh, Green with a block.
And Green plays with tremendous edge on the defensive end of the floor.
Got it off in time. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. It's been all about If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. Moses Moody out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. Now here's Butler. Back to Curry. Clock at 6. Green, a screen. Curry, no good. The Nuggets lead by 8. Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A., because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. Murray, and he finishes. That makes it 4 out of 5.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Stolen. It's stolen by Curry. Moody from outside. Oh, Moody deadly from there.
That's a terrific pass right there by Jimmy Butler. Just wants to win.
Outside Murray. Lets it go. Top of the key jumper, no good. Warriors trail by 7. Outside, Green. Outside Moody. Outside for Butler. Back to Moody. Lots of room. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Here's Watson. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Watson's got 5.
And I like that from Murray. Not an extra dribble. Get the ball to the open teammate right away.
Curry finds Kuminga. Outside for Butler. Outside Moody. Launches it. Another 3 for Golden State.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons. And Jokic just making this look way too easy.
From deep. Butler can't get it to go. The Nuggets lead by 9. Right side Murray. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Moses Moody.
And Murray, one of those guys that you can classify as automatic from the free throw line.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
There's a screen by Kuminga. Butler passes to Green. 6 to shoot. Now here's Kuminga. He's guarded by Porter. Outside for Green. And here's Butler outside. Porter pulls it in.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Murray's shot is good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, you'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Now here's Green. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Kuminga. 4-3. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Murray against Payton.
Golden State foul.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
That's his first personal foul. Third team
And the
foul.
first one at the line is good.
But Jamal Murray at his size, the one impressive thing that stands out to me is that he will willingly go right at the defense. A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Butler. And out of bounds. Denver will have it.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Murray against Payton. Jokic the screen. Outside for Porter. Jokic with a screen on Butler. Here's Porter. Back to Jokic. No one near him. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Jokic has got 15.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
And so that's the end of the first half. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 14. Well, now we have some time. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
They've got Dario Saric, Russell Westbrook out there with Christian Brown. Then it's Zeke Naji, and it's Strother in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And some changes here for the Warriors. Santos has checked in for Payton, and it's Curry in for Podziemski. Westbrook against Curry. Pass to post. Here's Santos. Jackson Davis a screen with the drive. The shot off that time. Saric with some nice D. Westbrook taking his time here. And Westbrook slams it home.
And Westbrook with 2 very loud points.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 19. Pass to post. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Naji passes to Westbrook. Back to Naji from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Hield from outside. He buries it from 3.
Still the strongest part of Buddy Hield's game. He is a lethal shooter. What a perfect stroke that was.
You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, the Nuggets. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Stephen Curry is still playing. The debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
Well, BA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that he shouldn't be up there, shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
Here's Westbrook. Banked it in off the glass. Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
This is Westbrook just being an ultra competitor. He gets in there and the defense has nothing to do.
Westbrook against Curry. From behind the arc. It's good! Curry with a long-range bomb.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, the teardrop falls in. Westbrook's got 6.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Curry against Westbrook. Jackson Davis, a screen, puts up a deep 3. Curry, no good. Denver leading by 15. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. Najee sets a screen. Here's Brown. Over to the wing for 3. Pass to Strother. Second chance shot. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound. Warriors trail by 15. Here's Santos. No made baskets yet. 1:03 left in the third quarter of the game. Curry with it. Just 5 to shoot. They set the pick. Oh, Curry. Just nasty from downtown.
An offense unto himself. Steph Curry just warping the defense.
Saric a screen. Westbrook against Hield. Now Westbrook. No good with a layup. 34 seconds left in the third. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Well, the shot is going to set up opportunities for Buddy Hield to do things like that.
Here's Strother. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Strother's got his first 2 points.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Curry against Westbrook. Curry surveys. Shoots over Westbrook. And that one's long.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence. Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
He hit it! Great shot! Makes his selection just in time. Well,
and here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Denver leading by 14. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. Outside Curry. There's the triple. The shot no good.
and this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Murray for 3. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
He's got a confident shot going right now as Jamal's stepping into that 3 ball.
Curry with it. Checked by Murray. Outside Curry. Brett, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. But he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, BA, to watch all of that happen. But gotta give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries, the confidence never wavered. And then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That'll be a second foul of the game. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Watson. It's stolen by Kuminga.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
And really showing the athleticism. Flying solo.
Yeah, why not? Show a little creativity, get inside, move that ball around, just make sure you score.
Here's Jokic. Look at Jokic going to work inside.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Curry passes to Green. And stolen by Jokic. Murray scanning the floor. Pass to Jokic. Jokic, the screen. 4 on the clock. Outside for Porter. 3-pointer. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound. Curry's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Moody. From down low. Misses off the left iron. And so Murray will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Down low. Here's Watson. Pass to Jokic. Back to Watson. The putback. Kuminga pulls it in. Warriors trail by 15. Outside Butler. On the wing, Green. Moody passes to Butler. 6 on the shot clock.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. 1:58 left in the game. Murray with it. Pass to Jokic. Murray, a screen on Green. Jokic lays it up and banks it in. Jokic has got 4 points in the quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Curry with it, and Jokic picks him up defensively. Outside Curry from deep 3-point range. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Nuggets.
Boy, this was one physical game, guys.
They obviously felt that was an advantage of theirs coming in, and they were able to be relentless inside as a result.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Nikola Jokic.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
The drive by Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Here's Murray. 50 seconds left in the fourth. Jokic with a screen on Curry. Pass to Jokic. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Outside Curry. Green, a screen. Curry passes to Kuminga. Back to Curry. Shot clock at 5. Green with a screen on Porter. Here's Curry. Rebounded by Denver. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie.
Butler. Then there's Moody. Then it's Curry. And it's Post in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson. And it's Stevens in at the 3 spot. Should be a lot of great ball movement tonight, RJ. These teams love sharing the wealth out there.
And you gotta love it, Kevin. As a player, it's always great to see a team functioning as a unit. Fans love to see everyone get involved.
Butler goes in. They kick it out to Green. Here's Butler. Stephens pulls it in. Morant looking around. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Oh, he misses the dunk. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. It's a 3-point game. Shots good from Butler.
And down in the corners, Butler can be dangerous. He's pretty comfortable with that shot.
Morant against Butler. It's Morant with the drive. Here's Edey, and a wide open look for Bane. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Here's Stephens, defended by Moody. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Curry against Bane with the teardrop, and it's Curry laying it in.
Impeccable touch from Steph.
Memphis has gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. It's Morant with the drive. That one falls.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Greg, with how explosive John Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stephens pulls it in.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And so here's Memphis. Here's Stephens. Six on the shot clock. Drives to the hoop. Off target at the rim. Warriors trail by 5. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Post. Outside Butler. Pass to Post. It's rebounded by Memphis. Now here's Morant.
Showing off that verve. Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
Curry against Bane. Curry kicks to Butler. He takes it in. Curry outside. Great tee that time from Bane. Memphis leading by 7. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Morant. The rebound by Post.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
To the wing on the left. Back to Morant. Outside, Bane. Jackson a screen on Curry. Bane inside the three-point line. And we reach the end of the first quarter. It's the Grizzlies up 7. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Stevens in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Jackson a screen on Butler. Morant drives in. And Morant throws it down.
And when Morant takes off towards the basket, look, you're already done. You've already lost because that's how he makes his living.
Left side, Butler. Outside, Green. Here's Curry. And the rejection by Jackson. Morant left side. Down low. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throw. And it goes on Draymond Green. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Well, they're off to a good start, getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
Outside Curry. From past the arc. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
And now that is impressive. It's clear Morant has made the effort to keep expanding his range.
In the corner, Moody with it. Back to Butler. They kick it out to Green, looking to end the run. And Bane pulls it down. Memphis leading by 12. The three from Morant. Kept alive. To the inside. And Bane, the bucket on the assist by Morant. Bane's got 5.
And this is part of Morant's role. As a guard, he's responsible for finding the open man.
Butler a screen on Bane. Curry against Bane. Curry gets it to go inside.
The better shooter you are, the quicker you become. Curry makes it so hard to guard him in these little moments. He slips past the defense.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. And so here's Memphis. On the wing, Bane. Guarded by Curry. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Off target from outside. Warriors trail by 12. Here's Green. Pass to Moody. There's 1:54 left to play here in the half. Clock at 6. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Now, here's Morant for 3. In the corner, it's Bane. Lets it go from deep. Got it. He's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Right side, Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Using his strength and athleticism, plays like this from Butler just motivates his team.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game.
13 foul.
The 3 from Morant. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Curry. 27 seconds left now here in the second. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point land. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Bain with it. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Grizzlies lead by 11. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David.
Kevin, thank you. With Draymond Green, Draymond rebounding a bit.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what you're seeing from John Morant.
No problem fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Buddy Hield, Kuminga out there with Peyton. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. And it's Podziemski in at the point. They kick out to Hield. Driving in, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Hield's got the first bucket of the third here for the Warriors. And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this.
Clark, a screen on Hield. Back to Clark. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Grizzlies lead by 11. Hield outside. Podziemski on the wing. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jackson looking it over. And it's Gary Payton II with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Jackson setting the pick here for Williams. 6 to shoot.
Some agile defense from Hield, not allowing the shooter to slip by him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Outside Williams. To the paint. Outside for Jackson. Offline with his 3. Warriors trail by 9. Now Podziemski. He has yet to score.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Kennard for three. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Kennard on the wing. He's defended by Pajemski. The Warriors shooting 43% from the floor. Kuminga kicks to Payton. And he drives in. And the rejection by Clark.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Where there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State. Scoring close in, Hield is more than just a three-point gunner.
Now, here's Kennard. Not a lot of room. Pass to Huff. Count it. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Clark against Kuminga. Or the 3. Rebound by Williams.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Kennard for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Jackson Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there's the bucket from Kuminga.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. The Grizzlies shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Hield. And then Hield with the dunk.
As a larger guard, Hield can get up with the big boys.
And the Grizzlies leading by 7. And here's Kennard. Jackson setting the pick here for Kennard. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
Here's Pajemski. Down low. Here's Jackson Davis. 1 second left, and he sinks the layup. Jackson Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Edie out there with Jackson, and it's Stevens in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Curry, pass to Butler. Outside for Curry. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
Morant's against Butler. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to post. Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Curry, the signature floater.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Bain drawn the double team. It's stolen by Green. Butler passes to Curry. Pulls up for 3. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down to just 3 in the basket from Butler.
And knew he had a look before he had the ball. Great anticipation by Butler.
Morant outside. To the left side wing. Outside, Bain. Curry with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry finishes off the break. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Not loose. Now here's Curry. 6 on the shot clock. And that one, good. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
And with a limitless jump shot, the elusive ball handling skills, Curry can get a bucket pretty much whenever he wants.
Morant kicks to Jackson. They get it again. A kick out to Bain. Memphis moving that ball around. Stephens, good.
Sharing the rock. Part of what makes John Morant such a fantastic player is his ability to pass.
Curry to the rim. Butler on the way. The 3. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressure situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possession.
Morant drives in. Here's Heaney, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Curry, pass to Moody. And there's the foul. It'll go on Moses Moody. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
1:12 left to play in the final quarter. Morant against Butler. Jackson dishes to Morant. Back to Jackson. Butler with the steal.
The defense had the pass well anticipated. They know the offense wants to get that ball inside.
Back to Curry. Outside Butler. Here's post. Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Jackson, a screen on Butler. Here's Morant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
So good at staying in attack mode. When Morant is going at defenses, he forces them to foul him.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
Yeah, they need to focus on scoring every possession and not turning over the ball.
It falls!
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
And an intentional foul there. Stops the clock.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
The last make was huge. Now, realistically, the worst-case scenario for them is OT.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. That was a fun night of basket. Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Dave.
out there with Murray. And it's Watson in at the small forward position. And for the Grizzlies, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bain. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Stevens in at the 3 spot. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
Now here's Gordon. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Memphis on D. Gordon with a screen on Bain. Here's Murray. Outside Watson. 4 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get one up. Here's Jokic. And that one no good to start off the night.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one. He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Bain against Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Jokic gets the bucket.
That high release of the Joker, if you're defending him, you better stay home.
On the wing, Bain. Jackson on the wing. Up and over Gordon. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Aaron Gordon.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. Gordon outside. Murray from outside. Denver the rebound. Watson. Out to Gordon. And here's Murray. Watson passes to Murray. Gordon with a screen on Morant. And here's Gordon. Defended by Jackson. Gordon can't hit.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Pass to Edey. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul.
Jamal Murray.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Bain serving the D. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Porter. And the basket by Bain.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now here's Murray. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Murray doing whatever it takes to find a shot. Dynamic play from Jamal.
Outside Morant. Jackson the screen. And it's Morant missing.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Here's Watson. Out to Gordon. Back to Watson. Clock at 6. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to... And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Shooting 1. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Now here's Bain. Jackson, pass to Stevens. Memphis needs to get off a shot. And rejected.
And Porter Jr.'s teammates and coaches love when he hustles. When he does, he makes an impact on D.
58 seconds left to play in the first. Jokic with a screen on Bain. Murray, shot is good.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Grizzlies trail by 4. Morant looking around, looking to end the run. Morant with the slam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Outside Murray. To the wing, right side. Gordon with a screen on Morant. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. And it's Morant off the drive. And then Morant with the dunk!
And the slam was so good. But the dribble move he made to get there was a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. What a slick play.
Heads up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
Here's Murray. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. It's a tie game in Memphis. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
On the court for Denver. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Murray out there with Michael Porter. And it's Watson in at the 3 slot. Here's Edey. Outside Morant. The 3 ball. Here's Edey. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Now here's Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jokic just got 6 points.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Now here's Jokic. He has 6.
Outstanding effort that time to track down the long rebound.
Here's Morant. And it's Morant. So quick.
One of the faster players in the league, end to end. I mean, few people can run with Morant.
Murray. Pass to Jokic. Murray against Bane. From the arc. Jokic. Great positioning on the putback.
Putting in the effort to get a second chance look. Nice.
Grizzlies lead by 3. Now here's Morant. 9 points in the game. To the paint. Six to shoot. Yes, sir! Ja can throw it down.
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside.
And it's Murray finishing it off.
Now, that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Morant with the slam!
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Here's Murray. Right wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Now here's Jokic. Defense is right there. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Here's Morant. 13 points in the game. Jackson outside. Back to Morant. Up and over Gordon. Again, the Grizzlies. Good for 2 more. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Now here's Morant, defended by Watson. With some arc. And it's Morant missing. Nuggets trail by 5. Oh, stolen by Morant. Morant used it. Oh, Ja Morant. My goodness.
And that's Morant for you. Not settling. When he sees the opening, he goes for it.
Pass to Jokic. Porter looks it over. Jokic the screen. And then Porter with the dunk.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
And Peyton Watson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
36 seconds left in the first half. Porter against Bane. Pass to Stevens. Clock at 4.
Boy, the determination on defense is pretty impressive from Murray. Really doing his best to pester the shooters.
For 3, Gordon. Offensive board. Here's Jokic. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Got it up. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
They're measuring up the shot.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Jackson. Vince Williams is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Brandon Clark, and it's Huff in at center. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Clark, it's been great to see the Nuggets as a perennial powerhouse these past few years.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get a guy like Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's a game changer, and what a joy to watch. Took a long time for them to finally get to the place where they can win that first title, but usually teams don't become champions overnight. It's a process. Now everybody's scared of it.
Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Westbrook, the pass to Najee. Back to Westbrook. To the wing, right side. Najee, good. Najee's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, we know what a skilled passer Westbrook is, but you still got to appreciate that dime there. Very impressive.
Clark up top. No points yet. Outside, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Jackson. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by Saric. And it's Westbrook with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 3-point game. Here's Strother. And that one comes off the assist by Westbrook.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Jackson with a screen on Westbrook. Kennard for 3. And the three-pointer goes. Kennard's got 8.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Saric. Pass to Najee. Here's Brown. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Boy, the passion Westbrook plays with is infectious. He plays hard every second he's out on the court.
It's his first trip to the line. And he's good on the second. And he nails the third. Well, Clark, you look at Denver's lineups. They have a lot of size on this team.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of the polar opposite of small ball, BA. I mean, with Jokic in the middle and a lot of length on the wings and in the backcourt, too, this is a growing trend in the league as I see it.
Here's Huff, still without a bucket. Left side, Williams. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. Westbrook, the pass to Brown. For the lead. Kicks it out to Westbrook. Saric a screen. Westbrook, that's good. Westbrook's got 9 points now in the quarter.
One thing you can count on with Westbrook, he is always in attack mode. That's 24/7.
Kennard against Westbrook. Jams it in off a great move.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Westbrook following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It'll go on Luke Kennard.
Boy, when you combine Westbrook's athleticism with the ferocity that he plays with, hard not to foul him inside.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Westbrook against Kennard. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Westbrook taking his time here. Takes it inside. Yep, that one's good. Westbrook's got 13.
Boy, it's been a great game thus far for Westbrook, and he's not done yet. Never satisfied, always pushing the envelope.
Now here's Kennard. He's got 12. Knocks it down from distance.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
Westbrook drives. Here's Strother. They get the rebound. Another shot, and Westbrook lays it in. 15 points in the game.
Boy, you can't ignore Westbrook on the glass now. There's nothing he doesn't do on the court.
Kennard against Westbrook. Kicks it out to Jackson. Second chance shot, and the layup by Clark. Clark's gotten his first basket of the night. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
And it's good. But Hank,
2 minutes are allowed to
look at it on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus providing the officials with the...
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. Memphis ahead. They lead by 1. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Nuggets, Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Jamal Murray out there with Michael Porter, and it's Watson in at the 3, the small forward. Murray from outside, good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
Immensely confident in his game. Murray doesn't think twice about pulling the trigger from deep, nor should he.
Outside Morant. Oh, Morant from close range.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Outside Murray. Over to the wing. Jokic, he's open. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
You know, since his rookie year, Jokic's confidence has really grown. I mean, he's gotten extremely comfortable with his jump shot now.
Morant, pass to Jackson. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize.
Ooh, he really came close to leveling the score there.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the fourth, that would have been a big bucket for him.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Murray against Bane. Pass to Jokic. Clock at 6. Jokic with a screen on Bane. Back to Jokic. Over Bane. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Stevens. He's guarded by Porter. Gordon with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. Murray up top. Fires the three. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
Hey, that's really good, positive offense from Murray. Knows exactly what he's going to do before the ball even gets there. That's shot preparation, folks.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Can you say prime time player Morant? He enjoys delivering for his team in these parts of the game.
Jokic the screen. Beyond the arc. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got 3 assists in the game.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Murray against Bain. Murray with it. Pass to Jokic. Murray with it. Guarded by Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the teardrop. Murray's shot is good.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
Here's Morant. Morant with the slam!
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Bain against Murray. Back to Jokic. They kick it out to Murray. From the high post. And another basket for Denver.
Well, I love the fact that he caught it and was ready to shoot it right away. Well done.
From deep, Morant. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Here are the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. To the inside. Out to Gordon. Pass to Murray. Jokic, the screen. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Porter uses the glass on the layup. And now it's a 10-point Nugget lead.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
Here's Jackson. And he gets it to go. Murray. So it's Denver picking up the win. Boy, a nice win on the road. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce.
Gordon and Jokic. Jamal Murray is out there with Porter. And it's Watson in at the 3 spot. And for the Warriors. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Butler in at the 3. Greg, we're sure to see a lot of quality basketball here tonight, given the veteran talent on both sides.
Yeah, tremendously high IQs from both teams, so expect a clean game. And some of these players have been through it all in this league.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
There's a screen. Pass to Jackson Davis. Butler on the wing. Defended by Gordon. Outside, Green. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Jackson Davis. And that one is stuffed right through.
This is what separates Green from most bigs. A point forward who excels at passing.
Murray against Curry. Murray, no good. Porter against Green. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Steve Kerr. David.
Now, I asked him if he has any plan for dealing with the multi-time MVP, Nikola Jokic. He said it's all about balance. If you defend Jokic too aggressively, he'll just kick it out to other guys too softly, and he'll kill you inside. So balance is the key. Sounds like a tough balancing act to pull off, guys.
Thank you, David. Curry gets the bucket.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Murray outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. What he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Watson. And here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time.
Aaron Gordon.
That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Tipped away and stolen by Murray.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
Porter kicks to Jokic. Launches a 3. Denver with a new 14.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And the call up against Jokic. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Curry deciding where to go with it. Green with a screen for Curry. Ball's knocked loose. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Watson for 3. Here's Jokic. The kick out to Porter. Here's Gordon going inside. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And how about the urgency there on Gordon's drive? Pushing.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
You don't want to forget about the athleticism of Butler. Just a sick slammer of the basketball. You can't allow him to get to that launching pad.
Gordon, the pass to Jokic. 5 on the clock. Here's Murray. Shoots over Curry. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Golden State basketball.
The Warriors lead it. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Green from downtown. Porter pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Back to Watson. Pass to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Here is Watson. Still yet to score. His three-pointers off the mark. Moody with it. There's the drive. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Murray. And they pick up 2. Murray's got 5 points so far.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. Moody is out there with Curry, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
Warriors trail by 4. And Curry has it in the corner. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Green, the screen. Clock at 6. Teardrop shot. The inside game of Stephen Curry.
There isn't a shot Steph Curry doesn't have a feel for. Floaters, runners, whatever. The tougher, the better.
And it's Murray with the jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. I was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, PA. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. Jokic with this screen on Curry. Jokic inside, guarded by Curry. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Murray's got 5 assists in the game. Up top, Curry. He's covered by Watson. Outside, Curry. Pass to Green, and stolen by Watson. Murray kicks to Porter. Off target with his 3. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Jackson Davis. Outside, Green.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Lays it up off the glass. And now that's 11 points for Draymond Green. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Gordon with no one around. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
Oh, great effort. They're fighting for that loose ball. Joker continues to attack the offensive glass.
Here's Moody. And the slam by Moody.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Murray. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And they can't be happy they fouled Murray there in the ag. Jamal is lights out at the line.
Jamal Murray, 2 shots.
And so Murray nails both of them.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Curry is inside. Watson's there. Good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Stephen Curry. Here's Murray. Kicks it out to Gordon. Murray against Curry. Gordon with the screen for Murray. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And there's no doubt Murray can fill it up. Good luck bringing him down to earth when he's on this kind of a roll.
He gets that one. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Curry against Murray. That's tipped. Curry with the steal. Curry to the rim. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Curry's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Nuggets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for the Denver Nuggets. He got it up. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
And, you know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You got to give him credit.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Šarić. It's Nagy in at the center position. Hield outside. Outside, Kuminga. Clock at 4. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Krills the three-pointer. Post has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Westbrook. They kick out to Hield. Kuminga sets a screen for Hield. Pass to Kuminga. Back to Hield. For the lead. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Now here's Westbrook. Hasn't made one yet. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Westbrook has an exceptional talent for creating for his guys. He sets them up, and boy, they are knocking them down.
Hield outside. Kuminga sets a screen for Hield. Outside, Kuminga. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Warriors have found something with Draymond Green and Trace Jackson-Davis inside. Green says, with the rim protected by Trace, I can just play off instinct and read the game. Jackson-Davis says, being able to interchange with him is great. The things he teaches me has helped my game a lot. Kevin?
I'd love to hear those stories. Thanks, David. On the wing, Payton. Here's Post. Drills it from outside. Post has got 6.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Saric has the open look. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Payton drives in. Pass to Post. And there it is for him. Post has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Westbrook. Here's Strother. Screen by Saric with the drive. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. They get it again. The kick out to Westbrook. Pass to Strother. The 3. The rebound by Hield. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Here's Podziemski. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
And you gotta love the big bucket and the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
And Westbrook, here we go. That one goes in. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
And this team encourages Westbrook to look to score inside. You can see why with these results.
Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Westbrook. To the middle. Podziemski finds Kuminga. Some solid defense from Saric.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right and you still get a bad result.
We've got 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Najee passes to Brown. They set the pick. Here's Najee. For 3, and it's blocked.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Hield outside. Pass to Post. With 1 on the clock, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And give him...
It's a tie game in the Bay Area. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson-Davis at the 5. Stephen Curry's out there with Moody. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Stephen Curry.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Jamal Murray.
And so he makes both from the line. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Pass to Jackson-Davis. Shot clock at 5. Butler finds Jackson Davis. Goes up to the stripe. Another shot. They kick it out to Green. Inside. Here's Moody. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
That free throw, no good.
At the line for 2, Moses Moody.
And he sinks the second.
Well, the miss is unfortunate, but he still manages to put them ahead. Barely.
Jokic a screen. Murray against Curry. Murray the pass to Jokic. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Stephen Curry.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they perform at the line.
The Warriors trailing. Outside Curry. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And it's good for 2.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
The Nuggets shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Murray looking around. Pass to Jokic. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Butler. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Butler. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts. Getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Gordon kicks to Watson. Jokic with his screen on Curry. Murray finds Jokic. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Butler against Gordon. Outside Curry. Oh, what touch! No one does it like Steph.
And with a limitless jump shot, the elusive ball handling skills, Curry can get a bucket pretty much whenever he wants.
For 3, Murray. Jokic kicks to Murray. Jokic with his screen on Curry. Butler against Jokic. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Payton, he's checked in for the Warriors. Murray dishes to Gordon. Over Green. The Nuggets with another miss. Payton passes to Green. Butler against Gordon. Now here's Butler. He's tightly guarded. Butler on the attack.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressure situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possessions.
Outside Porter. Jokic sends the screen for Porter. Jokic inside, defended by Butler. Watson, that's for 2. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
One of the best passing bigs the league has to offer. If you're open, Jokic will find you.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clear.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
Porter kicks to Gordon. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Pass to Moody. Gordon against Butler. It's good.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Gordon with a screen on Butler. It's Porter outside. Here's Jackson Davis. Can't connect. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. Much appreciated, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for Stan...
fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bain. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Stevens in at the small forward position.
That's a clever attack from Curry, just finding an angle. He gets around the defender towards the basket.
Morant against Butler. Morant into the lane. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
The three from Curry. He drops it from range. Curry's got 5.
I mean, just so easy for Curry to get that 3 off. Beautiful shot.
Brent, you could hit the 3 back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, BA, it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the offseason, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does. There's no one that produces the way that he does either. And that's Curry showing some of that toughness, not going to shy away from contact.
From downtown, and another 3 from Memphis.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Curry. He has 7. Pass to Jackson Davis. The kick out, Curry. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. Memphis basketball.
Memphis has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. He said John Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of plays.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Curry, not one of those guards who shrinks when he gets inside.
Bain against Curry. Bain surveying the D. Pass to Morant. 5 to shoot. Going inside, and then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Curry. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Morant. 9 points in the game. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Outside Curry. Butler, a screen on Bain. Curry with it. 11 points in the game. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Bain, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Memphis foul. Edey. First personal foul. First team foul.
58 seconds left in the first. Pass to Green. Now here's Moody. 5 on the clock. Outside for Green. The 3. The rebound by Jackson. Memphis leading by 3. Here's Stevens. He's scoreless. No good with the triple.
Well, he definitely forced that shot, guys. He had plenty of time to adjust himself and kick the ball out and look for a better shot. Have to give credit to the defense there, too.
And here's Curry for three. Counted from distance. And it's a tie ball game.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Butler against Morant. Jackson with a screen on Butler. Here's Morant. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Morant's got 13.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
No good. Would have counted had it gone. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. Memphis ahead. They lead by 2. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Memphis.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Moses Moody out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Butler in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Here's Curry. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Now here's Jackson. Yet to see a basket. Jackson, the screen. Here's Bane. Jackson Davis grabs the miss. The Warriors trailing. Pass to Butler. Outside Moody. Oh, here's Moody with the drive.
Any plays like that are what Jimmy Butler is all about. He knows where the defense is.
Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well. So the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
Moody passes to Curry. Takes the hit and finishes inside.
I don't know what you do with Steph in the pick and roll situation like that. He capitalizes because of the separation, and it doesn't have to be much.
Here's Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Curry against Bane. Green with a screen on Bane. With the floater. Oh, the float game from Curry.
Those floaters, boy, they really demoralize the defense. Here's the thing. Steph knows it.
And here's Morant. He's got 15. Outside Butler. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Ja Morant picks one up.
You look how Jimmy Butler stays committed on that play, ready to overcome the defender and still take the shot.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, BA. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Butler taking his time here. The kick out, Curry. Blocked! And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
2 minutes.
The Grizzlies have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Pass to Edey. Now Jackson. Here's Stevens. Still without a bucket. Here's Edey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bain. Tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Outside for Butler. 1:19 left to play in the first half. The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. And then Morant with the jam!
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
Bain against Curry. Outside Moody. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 49 seconds left in the second period. Now Morant. He's got 19. Pass to Jackson. Jack's up a 3. They get it back. Back to Morant.
I see him.
6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Morant's got 21 points in the game. Here's Curry. Outside for Green. Let's go with a 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Pass to Bain. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this contest. We'll be right back. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
On the court for the Grizzlies, they've got Williams. G.G. Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Kennard has the open look. And his first shot of the game, no good.
Defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And they get it back. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will have it.
Basketball.
It's a close one here in San Francisco. Outside Pajemski. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Powered it down.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why well, settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Kennard outside. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Jackson. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Jackson.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Out to Hield. Kennard with the rebound. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
The Warriors have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Hield against Williams. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense.
Warriors basketball.
And so he hits the technical free throw. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Memphis leading. Pass to Huff. Kennard outside. They set a pick. The three is up. It's rebounded by Golden State. And he's going for the oop here. Wow, Kuminga playing way above the rim.
Yeah, even though Hield can pull up from anywhere, you love that he's always looking to find a shot for his teammate.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Kennard outside. Pass to Jackson. Soft touch off the glass. Jackson's got his second basket of the game.
And Kennard, well schooled, just keeping his eyes up and making that play.
Now here's Hield. Defense right on him. 1:31 left in the third quarter. Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, just a menace inside. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Kennard outside. Over to the left wing. Huff, the pass to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Hits the trifecta. Jackson's got 7.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Hield up top. Williams defending.
Jay Huff. First personal foul. First team foul.
51 seconds left in the third. Pass to post. The rebound by Jackson. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 4-point Memphis lead.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Pajemski. Takes the 3. Memphis with a rebound. Williams with it. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Grizzlies out in front, up 4. After a quick break, we're coming right. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Stephen Curry is out there with Moody, and it's Butler in at the 3. That's the Warriors 5. 6 on the shot clock. Right side Moran, into the lane, and it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
That one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
The Warriors trailing. Jackson Davis' screen. The three is up. Oh, Curry stretching the limits. Wow, what a shot.
It doesn't matter. I mean, once Steph Curry crosses half court, you're in trouble.
Butler against Morant. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Now here's Curry, tightly guarded, and he makes it on the layup. And it's a three-point Warrior lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. They kept the...
Oh, Morant! Wow!
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside. This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Morant against Butler. Jackson the screen. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Green.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Right side Moody. Outside Curry. The three blocked. And that'll be Golden State's ball as it goes out of bounds. Warriors able to keep possession. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
Memphis basketball.
Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Edey. Back to Jackson. Bane with it. Launches the three. Offensive rebound. Just 5 to shoot. And the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Outside Curry. Butler, a screen on Bane. Oh, Curry, a magician inside.
What worked from Steph Curry gets open and makes it look easy. Wow.
Morant looking for an opening. Pass to Edey. Morant with it, covered by Jackson Davis. Outside Morant. Warriors with the rebound. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Outside for Green. Takes a three. Green able to hit from 3.
Well, Draymond Green must be feeling good because no hesitation in that one there, letting it rip.
Grizzlies trail by 6. Pass to Jackson. It's stolen by Green. On the wing, Curry, guarded by Bane. Green, the pass to Moody. Now Curry. Just 4 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And the 3 off target.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Well, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
On the wing, Bane. Moody defends. Money!
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the left side wing. Here's Curry. Up and in on the layup. Curry's got 31 points.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And so the Warriors take the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K